I want you to know today that God has a plan of your salvation. For all of those in the room or under the sound of my voice today, if you're lost in the sea of life, you will learn today how to be found. And if you are not lost, you're just tossed by the waves of life, you can be strengthened today, because we all go through that. You're going to make it because God has a plan. In Exodus chapter 3, the people of Israel now, Joseph had told them, God's going to take you out. That's been 400 years. Now they've been enslaved. Now they're making bricks. Now they're building cities. Now maybe they're building the pyramids. They're building stuff for Pharaoh. Pharaoh's trying to keep them down, but they keep multiplying. We preached about that a couple of weeks ago, and it's kind of been a little theme, so we're just going to keep running with it. But they're under severe bondage. They're being beaten and trying to be destroyed, but God has a plan. The first part of God's plan of salvation for your life is to believe in His name. To believe in His authority and in His reputation and what He can do. To believe in His name. Pharaoh would go on to not recognize the authority of God. The I am that I am, what kind of name is that? And so the 10 plagues began. It's all part of the plan, Moses. It's part of the plan for Pharaoh. It's part of the plan for the people of Israel. They've been in bondage in slavery for 400 years. They're also worshiping a bunch of false gods too. So I've got to go in and show them who is really in control. I wanted to say who their daddy is, but I refrained. They're going to come out of slavery. Everybody from child to Pharaoh has to know that he's in control and he has all power. So by the time God was done, the Egyptians knew God, the I am that I am, was in control of their economy, their sexuality, their politics, their health, their food source, their climate control, their philosophy, their wisdom, and even death itself was all in the hands of the great I am. That's what they knew. I am that I am. I am what I am. Well, what are you? So all throughout the scriptures, you start to see this progressive revelation of who God is through what's called compound names, what we call them, because they take the tetragrammaton, the YHWH, and they put another word behind it. Like, for example, if I was to say Jehovah Jireh, you probably heard of that, yes? Jehovah Jireh. Well, that comes out of Genesis 22 and 14, and it means that the I am that I am will see to it. There's another one. They put the name Rapha at the end of it. Yahweh Rapha, Jehovah Rapha. That's the I am that I am who heals you. There's Nisi, Jehovah Nisi. The I am that I am is my banner. He's the one that goes before me in war. He's the one that protects me. There is Jehovah, Yahweh Shalom. The I am that I am is peace. Jehovah Sidkenu, a fun one. The I am that I am is our righteousness. Jehovah Shammah. This was actually the name of a place. We're just going to call this place Jehovah Shammah. It means the Lord, the I am that I am, is here. Wow. Wherever He is worshiped, wherever there is praise, wherever there is obedience, wherever people are seeking Him, He's going to be there. So these names are promises about His character, and based on how people will experience Him. And it's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's a great Bible study to go through each one of these compound names and attribute them to God, because through them He's revealing exactly what the I am that I am actually is. But there's one more name. Matthew 1 and 21, an angel of the Lord comes to a little virgin girl named Mary, says, you're going to have a son. He's going to be the Messiah. You shall call His name. Anybody know what His name was? Jesus, yes. His name's Jesus, for He will save His people from their sins. But the name Jesus, that's an English name, because we're reading in an English translation of the Bible. This came out of Matthew. Matthew was written in Greek. The Greek there is Iesus. We're going to call Him. Jesus was not Greek. Hebrew. Jewish. And so that's the Greek form of a Hebrew name, Yeshua. Yeshua, stay with me, We sang it earlier. Yeshua is a short version of a longer Hebrew name from the Old Testament, Yehoshua. Any Jewish people in here, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but Yehoshua. Yehoshua is the same name as, in the Old Testament, Joshua. Very common name, but here's what it means. This is the name that God chose for himself when he became the Messiah, when he put flesh on and walked in an earthly body among us for 33 and a half years and was crucified and buried and rose again and now sits upon the throne of heaven and will one day judge all of us and then live with us in eternity in heaven. The name that he has chosen to be his ultimate revelation, because we got all these names, the I am that I am, the I am that I am is the healer and the provider and our banner and our righteousness. The name that he's chosen, Yehoshua, means the I am that I am is my salvation. My salvation. And when you put all those other names together, that's really what you get. He heals us and provides for us, and he's our righteousness, and he surrounds us, and he gives us peace, and all. That's the holistic nature of a person. That is salvation.